and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here in an unusual position today, as today we got a bonus Q&A video, and we'll call this Straight from the Pool Part 2. Angie rocking that summertime look.
I can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered. And Angie, in full transparency, we just filmed our episode of the Kyle Peterson Show podcast. And in between, Angie had to go take a little fun in the pool. But I am off work today. It rarely happens. I said, Angie, we have to do this Q&A for the people. The people asked, we got to answer the questions, and we got to give away this CM Punk figure. Grab that figure over there, Angie. Angie is here. I'm not sure why. But Angie is here because I said Angie will pick who the winner is as far as the question, and we're going to give it to one of the people on Patreon who asked the question for us. That will not stand.
Yeah, well.
So Angie's going to pick the winner of that. We're going to run through some questions. Angie, some of these questions are directed at me, the smart ones. And then the other questions will be here for you. So this should be a fiery one. If you guys are Patreon members, you might have saw the April All Angie Q&A. I don't know if it'll be as spicy as that one, but as we always say with Angie, she's off the rails. And I know before you say it, somebody's going to say this in the video. They're going to say, Kyle forced his wife to wear this. No, I did not. And in full transparency, once again, Angie did not force me to wear this outfit either.
You even said it was a bit much, but
it is. And now we got... I said, that's a bit much, don't you think? But Angie said, I don't care. I don't care. She's all right. And, Angie might get comfortable going into this Q&A. She might just remove that whole thing. She might just move it and hang it over the top over there. You never know what she might do. She's her own woman. And as we can see right here, Angie, you are a lot of woman. A lot of woman. A lot of good times. And
we forgot to lock the dogs up.
So we got our buddy Ace walking around. So... we'll see, but we got quite a few questions to dive into, Angie. Hopefully there's no slippage. Hopefully there's none of that kind of stuff going on. Or hopefully there is.
Looking a little shadowy.
Oh, people are going to be using that magnifying glass. But I'm in the co-host chair, and then Angie said, but you can read the questions. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll read the questions. Angie, feel free to answer where you want, and then Angie's going to pick her favorite question at the very end, and the winner will get the CM Punk figure.
Oh, Lord, the pressure.
The pressure. And as usual, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, subscribe to my other YouTube channel, check out Patreon, all that kind of fun stuff. But Angie, let's get down to it.
As usual, I have no idea what's going on.
Angie has no clue, no show prep, no nothing. It's all on me. He just shows up to look good. So Angie is here. And Angie, you did this like last July in weekly purchases. So is this our weekly purchases? I guess we're a little early, but who knows what you'll do for the 4th of July. We'll see what fireworks come out for that one. So should be an interesting episode, and there's going to be a lot of hate for me on this episode. People just take it out on me. They don't take it out on you.
Call you a cook?
Oh, that was last week's podcast. We saw that. Unbelievable.
I still don't know what it means, but I think I get the emphasis.
She needs to look it up. But the guy also said that I don't have a job and I'm lazy and all this, which I'm the exact, that it's offensive. It's offensive. I wish I was lazy. I wish I had 10 minutes to myself a day. Just 10. 10 to myself. I don't get that, but enough jibber jabber. We're about 5 minutes in. Here it goes. Okay. Adam in Indiana. Beautiful this time of year. You ever been to Indiana?
Probably.
Oh, boy. Well,
I don't know.
Maybe one of these days Indiana will get in you. We'll see what happens. Question of the week. This is a good one here, and I'm glad he asked this question because I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time.
I can see Jesus out over
Kyle, how does it feel to be called the...
Oh, God.
Angie reads all the cuss words.
Oh, shit stirrer.
Yeah, Angie. I don't cuss, but Angie does. Of the figure world by one Brian Myers of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I've noticed Brian misinterprets what you say a lot. Any thoughts? And Adam, you get the real one already. First question of the week, we get the real one award. I got to thank Adam for that because I'm not just going to bring it up and talk about it. And I'm not going to throw Brian under the bus. I get along very well with Brian. Met Brian many a times, talked to Brian. Brian's a good brother. Wrote the foreword for my ECW book. So shout out to Brian Myers. He's also a real one. However, as far as watching my content, I don't think Brian is a real one. They mention on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast all the time, he's bare minimum Brian. That's what the joke is. And I find it very hard to believe that Brian watches some of my deep dive investigative videos, some of those videos where I really get into the nooks and crannies of things, Angie. You know what I'm talking about. I don't think Brian's watching that. He's just kind of seeing titles or he's hearing something and making an opinion on that. And that's one of those things. I first realized this back when Chris Benoit killed his whole family and everything, watching CNN and all this, and so many bad reporting jobs. And, he's a WCW wrestler, like not knowing the history. I'm like, that's the first time I realized people are telling you stuff.
Tell me you only watch the news without telling me you watch the news.
People are telling me things that they haven't researched, and I see through it because it's something I'm kind of an expert on. And Brian has done that too. So he's saying I'm stirring the pot and all this, but he just hears that one snippet of a 40-minute video where I throw that out there, but then I say that can't be the case. And Brian has done that many a times. I don't fault him for it.
I feel like he needs to stir the pot more.
Brian needs to stir it more?
Yeah, he's like a say less.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I do think it's unfair, but it is what it is. And that's the world we live into. But I think Adam knows that I'm pretty fair and balanced. People think I'm this crazy conspiracy, all this kind of crazy stuff all the time. I am, but I also give the other side of it. And I do a lot of that fun tongue-in-cheek because it is entertainment at the end of the day. I do have fun talking about that kind of stuff. There is some truths in it. All conspiracies, there's at least a little bit of truth in there. But it's funny that I do get painted with that from Brian Myers here, which I don't think is entirely fair. But I don't really fault him once again because I know, first off, he should say, well, I didn't watch the video, but this is what I heard. That's what he should say. But shout out to Brian, though. He is a good guy. Chris Bickley 1 just listened to your podcast on how pivotal a year this is in action figures, which was fantastic. See, Brian didn't watch that one, I don't think. Did the action figure companies approach the brand or vice versa? I would be wrong, but I get the impression Tony Khan isn't that bothered with action figures, and unless he is approached by a company, I don't see AEW offering up their services. I hope I am wrong, as I want AEW figures, just not sure they are bothered about them and don't know if they are big enough to attract a figure brand to give them to the dollar figure they want. Love you both.
God bless you. I couldn't have read that one.
So to me, Tony Khan, I don't think is too deep in the weeds with action figures, but I do think he knows that is part of the game, part of the business. And I am hearing some things in the background, and a lot of the stuff I've talked about in some of these deep dive videos, the Jazzwares ones, where Brian might say I'm stirring the pot. Some of this stuff I have been hearing in the background is coming to fruition a little bit because it does seem like it is AEW on their end thinking they're more valuable than they actually are, that they should get higher payments for things. There's a lot of strange go backs and forths of that, and that is business. You're always going to have a little bit of that either way there. But I don't think they have people over in AEW that truly understand the brand as far as action figures. They see WWE Mattel, we should be like WWE Mattel, but it's like not apples to apples, it's apples to bananas. And Angie, what do you think about bananas?
Just don't make eye contact.
What's your perfect size? What's your perfect size banana?
I like mid-range.
So you don't like my bananas that I'm getting off the tree in our backyard then, that's for sure. But yeah, I do think I think it's going to be a weird road with AEW. I don't know if it's going to be something where you compare it to like New Japan's road in action figures with some of the challenges they had with Super 7 and some other companies. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. I've heard some rumors about some things. I'm not going to talk about rumors quite yet. I don't want to be stirring anything up quite yet.
Who's Tony Khan?
Angie doesn't even know who Tony Khan is, and we'll keep it that way. Spawn 3x5. Now that he's retired, where are the Brock Lesnar figures? Have I missed any? They haven't done classic Brock, not that I'm aware. They have done a classic Brock, but Brock doesn't get a lot of figures, but Brock's a weird talent because he pops in, pops out. He's here for a couple of months, and sometimes he gets the figures from that pop in, sometimes he doesn't, and you got to remember it takes a full year to get the figure out there. And then Brock obviously has some special deals with WWE, Mattel, Legends, whatever it may be, however his contract is. I think it's different than Matt Cardona's contract, in all honesty. I think everybody would agree on that. So I don't know. I'm surprised we don't have more Brocks. I think there is some Brocks coming, if I'm not mistaken. But we get a few here and there. But, man, they really jump up in the secondary market after a while because he doesn't have a lot of figures as being a big heavy hitter player. I'm very distracted watching the camera because I have to always watch. I'm just looking over there. And Angie's just taking it in. Angie, I think there is some questions.
I'm very distracted because I have no idea what's going on.
I think there is some questions coming up for you very soon here, though.
God.
So thank God. Angie wants to answer. She's just chomping at the bit here to answer some of these. But we're going to get there eventually if I can find the rest of the questions. Here we go. All right. Angie, this one's for you.
Oh, God.
Obviously, Kyle is a big figure collector. You seem pretty easygoing about his collecting. That being said, is there something he collects or has collected that you just don't understand?
No.
Sometimes parents just don't understand. And Angie, last night we just saw the He-Man movie, and she said, I never understood all these He-Man figures, but after she walked out of that movie, she turned to me and she said, Kyle, I never understood all these He-Man figures, but now I get it. Now I get it.
We're really not highlighting them enough. I have ideas.
You said, I think we need to buy more. Is there any you're missing? I said, well, I don't have all the originals.
We need more loose hanging off the side of the gray skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like taking their heads off.
So, Angie, would you say you're pretty easygoing? I think you're pretty high maintenance, in all honesty. Not
I'm
lie.
easygoing about your collecting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You are. You are. So, is there something that I collect or collected that you just don't understand why I would want that in my collection? Is there one specific piece, one specific segment, one specific thing that you can think of?
Mm-mm.
There's not one thing. You've never seen something that said, why the heck did you get that?
But you know what's also getting out of control? Your cowboy shirts. What are those called?
My Western wear?
Western wear.
My Kenny Rogers Western wear? It is. I need to figure out a home for those. Like, I have
a rack, and now I had to get him another rack.
And that rack doesn't work. We got to throw that rack away. She found some rack for $4 at the Goodwill. And it's not the kind of rack I like, Angie. That's for sure. Let me tell you.
It would hold the shirts.
It doesn't, though, because they drag on the floor. Because it's not tall enough.
I wonder if you can adjust it up.
So if you have a kid, if you had like kitty shirts, but when you got man, like straight up man, like I'm just oozing machismo and testosterone at all times.
Oh my God.
You guys know that. That's what I am.
What else can you hang off a pole like that?
You can hang a lot off a pole, Angie. You know that. You've worked a pole a time or two in your day. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I start folding them. I like you fold shirts.
They get so wrinkly though.
See, that's the thing. You fold shirts really good, but they always come out very wrinkly out of the fold. So there must be some way you're folding them. You're doing that military fold job or something. I don't know what you're doing. Your dad's fold job.
Military brat.
I don't know. But yeah, so nothing. You can't think of anything besides Western shirts, possibly.
No, I just wish there was a little less.
Less Western shirts?
No, just less collection.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting out of control.
I just got rid of a bunch of stuff just recently. I'm getting rid of a few more things this week because I'm trying to find time to.
But honestly, if I could get rid of one thing in our house, it'd be the Squishmallows. And we've gotten rid of so many, but they just need to be gone.
Multiple rounds. We need to. That's why I said the kids need to go through and you take all that stuff in and get rid of them because Squishmallow fad's over, folks. The kids have moved on. They have moved on. So I haven't moved on from Squishmallows though. Yeah. Straight from the pool. Are you going back to the pool after this? You know, because it is right now as we're filming, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. So the peak sun hours are coming.
It's so good right
The
now.
UV rays are coming. Angie needs to get that beautiful tan. She likes that nice tan. Hot dog tan?
Golden tan.
Golden tan. Of course. All right, moving on, Angie. Next one. Greg DeStefano. Kyle, I know you sold most of your CD collection, but I know you still have a few of your favorite bands like the legendary Motorhead. But what other bands or artists do you still get their music on CD? Angie, which of Kyle's collections do you enjoy better, the CD collection or action figure collection? You want to answer that first?
I have no thought on either.
Either or. Obviously, CDs was big.
Action figures is like more fun to look at, I guess. Like
you know what's funny is I think now, just recently, it surpassed it, but I had more CDs than action figures.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I had almost 12,000 CDs.
Do you ever just miss? Because we always used to go down there and kind of run through the CDs and like grab a few to take in the car, and it was kind of a.
I miss all that.
What do we feel like? What vibe do we feel?
And
like
then
today?
none of our cars have CD players anymore. It's just a whole fiasco.
Well,
but
my Commander, my old Jeep.
Yeah, I just I miss CDs. I miss physical media, but I knew at the time when I sold them all. Long story short, there is a video on my channel where I walk through that entire collection. So leave the memories alone. I go back to that. I have them all backed up for streaming, which is nice. It's not quite the same thing, but I had this feeling during COVID, like when nobody knew what was going on and people were dying and stuff. I said, you know what? I have terrible lungs, like from all my years of hard chain smoking, of course. But I got bad lungs. I was born with pneumonia, and then I got pneumonia, and I refused to go to the doctor, and I just kept working. And that was back when I was on a route, and I refused, and I finally passed out, and you and my dad had to carry me to the hospital, and I was a day away from dying. And then I remember that lady doctor looking at me saying, he didn't
have any clear spots in his lungs.
No, they said I did permanent damage to my lungs, and I'm going to be susceptible to that for the rest of my life. And then when people are dying with COVID with lungs, well, I had a good run. And I said, I better start selling some of this stuff. And as we know, during COVID, there was so much money being made on collectibles and stuff. I made an absolute fortune on my CD collection. So I sold definitely at the right time. And I just knew that if I died or something happened, Angie would take them all to half price books and they'd say, here you go, 5 cents each. They'd say 5 cents each. And I had one of the best metal collections ever. So I do miss those days, but it's good to cash out. And yeah, so I don't know. So Angie doesn't seem to care. But what bands do I do buy all my Motorhead still. I buy all Night Demon still. I buy all Clutch still. And that's really it. I'd like to do Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, but gotta, I don't know. Changes in phases, like Willie Nelson told me back in 1976. Mm-hmm. So there it is. Angie, this one comes from Josh.
Okay.
You know Josh?
Yeah, I know Josh.
She knows Josh. Okay, well, good for you, Josh. What's Angie's favorite BRG? This is a double-ended question here. Means. A double-ended question, your favorite kind.
Okay.
First, do you know what a BRG is?
No.
Secondly, do you know what a big rubber guy is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's what it is. So what's your favorite big rubber guy? Now, this is going to be the hard part because I don't think you know the difference between LJ and Mattel, big rubber guys, Latuni, and all points in between.
I just like the orange pant warrior because it means so much to you.
There you go. And you love big rubber guys. Floppier better, right?
Not really.
Not really. That's not your thing, those big rubber guys?
Stimulate on the outside. You know?
Stimulate on the outside. You don't like those big floppy rubber guys. Well, that's the way it goes. All right. Brian Fotheringham, a long-time Patreon supporter. Shout out to Brian. A real one, as we know. You can answer this one. Which are better, pancakes or waffles, and why?
No comparison. It's pancake.
What if Belgian waffles?
I don't like a waffle. They're hard. They're weird. But I do. My perfect pancake would have a little crust on it, though, just a little.
So pancakes.
But that's like my one thing I crave. So like every few months, I'm like, you need to put a pancake in me, like right now.
And then I do. I put it in you immediately. I just say, well, come on over. I'll let you put this pancake. Just like
one or two. And then
you liked it rolled up and thick. But pancakes, waffles, what about Belgian waffles? What if that was in the mix?
What's the difference?
I think they're thicker, bigger.
No, God, no.
They got bigger squares. And then what about a crepe? What if a crepe was in the mix?
That's more like a dessert for me.
Yeah, I could dabble in a crepe. I remember making them in home ec in high school.
So rich.
For me, pancake, waffle, I'm going pancake as well. I don't hate a waffle necessarily, but if I had to choose, a pancake just feels more homemade, more down home, where a waffle to me always feels like Kyle's staying at the Hampton Inn Express and he needs a quick little breakfast in the morning. Mm-hmm. That's what that feels like to me.
Elle makes good pancakes.
Does she? Well, I wouldn't know. She never made them for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
She learned in home ec.
How many pancakes do you like? Do you like 2 pancakes or do you like a full-on stack?
I feel like 2 is like, I just really need 1.
Just one? Then you're lopsided if you have just 1 pancake.
2 pancakes.
Yeah, like 2.
3's too many.
3's too many.
Because I need other things. I don't just go and get pancakes. I need some bacon and some eggs.
Yeah, that's true. Well, sometimes Angie needs a pancake in her. Maybe tonight. You might have that opportunity tonight at the restaurant we're going to.
Well, if you go to the breakfast
Yeah, I'm not going to the breakfast one, so. All right, Angie, this is one that I can't believe is in here, and we have never spoken about this. This has never been talked about ever before, and I don't know where good friend of the channel, Daniel Boswell, came up with this one here. But Kyle and Angie, what is your favorite song as a couple? My wife and I have Love of a Lifetime from Firehouse.
Oh, God.
So very strange that he brings up Firehouse here on the channel for you, Angie, because Angie, let me tell you, she loves Firehouse.
I have history.
She has a history with Firehouse. And now, first, my history starts when I was in 5th grade, and my good friend Danny, shout out to Danny, another real one. A lot of real ones getting called out here today. Danny, his favorite band was Firehouse, and I used to give him a hard time because of Love of a Lifetime and some of those, but gosh, what is that one? There's one Firehouse song that I absolutely love, and now I can't think of it right now, but it's not Love of a Lifetime. And it's not Don't Treat Me Bad. Overnight Sensation. That is an amazing Firehouse song, and I would say that's my only Firehouse song I do like. But you like Firehouse a whole lot, especially in your younger years. You were a big Firehouse fan. When they would come on tour here, Angie, you would get carte blanche into the tour backstage, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true?
I don't know how much I should speak on this.
No, we shouldn't speak very much of this.
Let's just say my bra was definitely on their tour bus.
Unbelievable.
I definitely have a bra left behind on their tour bus.
How many years ago was this before I knew you?
Oh, God. Less than a year, probably.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Me and Firehouse are like Eskimo brothers.
Mm-hmm.
The whole band?
No, God, no. And it was just one time I met them.
Just one time at a show. And was it like Warrant there too or something? Janie Lane of Warrant? It was
like one of those like hairball type things.
Yeah. Well, and Angie had a good time with Firehouse. And you had friends too. Mm-hmm. Did your friends partake?
I don't think so.
Just Angie. Mm-hmm. Just Angie the party girl. It's terrible.
They were too messed up, I think.
That reminds me of the time I partied backstage with Rob Halford. Did I ever tell you about that? Oh my gosh, the sights I saw that night, you'll never believe.
Flying everywhere.
Oh my gosh, I wish.
But can you imagine? It's a good thing we didn't get married, because what would we have possibly picked as like a wedding song or something? We could have never agreed on anything.
First off, there's a revelation here. We're not married.
I know.
I didn't know we didn't get married.
We didn't have like a wedding, you know what I mean?
We didn't have a wedding dance. Angie and I just went to the courthouse. That's a story for another day. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, oh, Angie's expecting. No, we just decided to go to the courthouse. Because we'd been together for like 9-10 years almost at that time. So that's a long story. But
we tell that story sometime.
We didn't have a song, and we still don't have a song.
Can you even think of one? Like a romantic song that both of us would like?
I can't imagine ever agreeing to one. I can't think of one we would both enjoy, we both agree on. I just can't imagine that.
You would be like, get me out of here.
But poor Daniel Boswell now will never look at Firehouse the same way. He'll never look at Firehouse the same way. That's the way it goes. That's how it goes. All right, well, next up is Luke Skywalker. We have had various cross-promotional WWE figures over the past years, like Street Fighter, TMNT, Ghostbusters, and Motu. What is a franchise that you would like to see collaborate next with WWE figures? Bring on G.I. Joe for me. I think that would be one that would be very fun. Those are my two biggest loves in a lot of ways. I don't know who the character selection. I would have to really sit and think about that one there and who is who. I have a feeling Cody Rhodes or John Cena would end up being Duke, which probably makes a lot of sense. Normally I'd say Ultimate Warrior would be Flint, but I don't know if that really does work, so I don't know who would need to be Flint.
Do they have G.I. Joes that are like this size? Or are they all
Kinda.
Small?
They're a little shorter than that. G.I. Joe Classified, but I don't know. There's been a lot of crossovers. There's been a lot more than you think of. And the other one, like the Hollywood crossovers, there's been a few more. And it's funny, though, is like Turtles and G.I. Joe are doing a crossover shortly, Angie. Straight from the pool, too, some of those Turtles. But that doesn't work for me, and I don't think I'm going to pick those figures up. Maybe Long Game, I don't know, unless Playmates really says, I like that Kyle. I want to send him some to unbox. I would do it then if they want to send me some. But, money's tight around these times. It's expensive this summertime. There's concerts to go to. There's yard work to pay for. There's a lot of going on. So anyways, I don't know. But I would like to see WWE G.I. Joe. I just don't know if it would work well. And I could have the same thoughts as the Turtle thoughts, too, with that one. I'm not sure. How you holding up over there?
Good.
Are you dried off yet? You're always wet. That's right. You're always wet. What am I saying? Next up, Kyle Campy, longtime supporter of the channel as well. Angie, if you were to give Kyle a piece of life advice, what would it be? Considering that life is short and time practically flies, think of a piece of advice that could change Kyle's life if he were to follow it. I'm looking for something deep here, Angie.
I got nothing. You're the one that gives me the advice.
I am full of wisdom and life advice, and most people don't listen to any of it.
You just need to follow your dreams and just think about your health and have less stress, but also pay all more bills.
That's the thing. Anne says, oh yeah, just do that. You should do this, do that. But also make sure all those bills are paid and all this. And I don't want to sacrifice anything I have during the day. Those daily petties and manis.
Stop it. You're not.
Yeah, so that's the problem. But I don't know. Time is short. Time is fleeting. And I know I am... I don't know if burned out's the right word, but I'm pretty dangerously close if there ever was one. I'm tired. I'm worn out. I'm sore. My back hurts. And I'm sick of dealing with children and dogs. So I don't know. But
oh my God.
Angie, you don't have any advice that would just change my life?
Just follow your dreams, Kyle. Follow your dreams.
Angie,
I'll be right by your side.
I got some advice for you, Angie. Don't make my life hard. Hard?
Make that hard.
That's right. That's the one you always get. Don't make my life hard.
Am I supposed to say it?
If you want, but all right, Angie, next up. Moving on. Jack DeFranco. Angie, how do you feel about Power Town?
I feel nothing.
Not Pound Town, Power Town.
I feel nothing.
Do you know what Power Town is?
Yes, I've heard you talk about it.
Do you know anything about it? What type of action figures is it?
I have no idea.
If you had to guess.
Wrestling.
Okay. So she knows a little bit.
The people that like ordered and then it never came and
yes.
there's a controversy and they have no money. And...
They personally owe our family about $800 right now for 2 years. For 2 years, they've had...
times that by how many people? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, like 50 people.
That's it?
That's part of the problem with Powertown, I think, unfortunately. So we don't feel good around Powertown in this house. I don't know if you even knew we had $800 on the line with Powertown until right now. But there's no way to get refunded. They won't answer your things. It's too long for like the credit card company to cancel it. So it's basically $800 flapping in the wind right now.
Oh my God.
So if I didn't joke about it, I'd be crying about it because...
Yeah. Oh, because that stuff gets deep in your craw.
It does. And, $800 is a lot of money.
If I forget to use a $5 coupon, he's mad.
I don't care how much money you make at your day job. I don't care what you do at your day job. I'm guessing you work hard for your money. I know I work way too hard for my money. I don't want anybody getting one over on me. I don't want somebody stealing from me. I don't care if I make $2 an hour or $200,000 an hour. I want, if I've signed a contract by going through a purchase to buy from you, you got to live up to your end of the deal. If it's $2 or $2,000, I don't care what it is. You have to have the integrity to go through with that one. So it does grind my gears. And the same thing when Angie, we go to a Mexican restaurant. Oh, I forgot the $5 coupon on the table. It's like,
how have they already charged you though if they never shipped it?
So yeah, most of these companies do. They charge you for a pre-order. So you pay, and then it ships out a long time down. It's like Target.
I thought it was usually like a hold.
Angie is used to Targets of the world because you have the Target. You do. I say, Angie, this is on Target. Order it. So you're used to pre-ordering it, and then when it comes, you pay. That's pretty rare in this day and age for a lot of places. So it's very unfortunate what Powertown has done. What's the end game? That's a good question. I don't know what the end game is. Out the money, apparently. Jeez. So it's a whole fiasco there. So I don't know where it ends up going, but yeah, we'll see. Chad Miller, Kyle, if you could get one toy company past or present to make a figure of you, which company would you pick and why? I have no idea. I guess Mondo would be pretty cool to get a Mondo figure of myself. I think they would do really cool. I mean, that's a high-end collectible and stuff. Mattel Elite would be very fun since I have so many Mattel Elites. It would just like live in that world. That would be very fun as well. I'd also like a G.I. Joe figure of myself, but there's a lot. I would almost take anything I collect and enjoy, He-Man style. There'd be a lot of fun stuff with that one there. Mm-hmm. And I think it was I don't think he would care if I said, but I know at one time Sean from KWK, he makes a toy line out there, retro style figures, O-ring figures. You ever heard of an O-ring figure? Mm-hmm. You know a thing about O-ring? Mm-hmm. I don't think you do. But Sean from KWK was talking for a while about making like background characters for wrestling, for retros, like cameramen and referees and security and stuff. And he had the idea of doing different like YouTube personalities, different influencers, making them as the cameraman. So let's say he made me, and if you're a collector and you want a figure of me, that's fun. If I want one for me, that's fun. But also, you don't know who I am. You could care less who I am. Yeah. It's also a cameraman for your collection. It's just a no-name, faceless character. I think that's an idea that has legs on it. And I'm not just saying for me, but like there's a million YouTubers out there. I'm sure there's ASMR YouTubers that people love or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think there's a way with a fan base to get their fan base who normally don't collect action figures to get them to buy something to represent that property they like. And then at the same time, it's a 2-in-1 figure. They don't like it. They don't care about it. You got that female audience member you could use or something like that. I think there's legs there. It's one of those great ideas I have as well if I just had more time and energy to devote to some of these things, because I think there is some money to be made out there from a company. So feel free to take my advice and roll with it out there, companies, if anybody's watching it. So there you go, Angie. The hits keep on coming. Half hour in. You feeling comfortable? You feeling all right? You want to stay a while, take your top off?
I'm leaning.
She's leaning. Oh my gosh. Quite the view here today, Angie. Quite the view. People are going to love it and hate it. They're very divisive. I don't know why people hate the human body so much. I don't know why they do.
They're just boobs, people.
It's just no big deal. It's just, you can go see this literally at the what's it called? The pool. The old pool. Go to the pool. You can see stuff like this. And if you go to like Miami and stuff, you see even crazier stuff down there. I like those Borat ones that's like just over the top that just covers. You ever wear one of those, like the dental floss ones? And Angie would never go full thong out there, would you?
No.
I don't think you would. You're not that type. Come on.
I'm
All
not
right.
crazy.
Keeping it going here. Tim Merritt, Kyle, when you are playing catch with Lemmy, has the ball ever bounced over the back fence? And if so, does Lemmy get mad at you? Lemmy is a machine. You would not believe how machine Lemmy is. He will play all day long in 100-degree heat, back and forth. After maybe every 50 ones, he goes and hits the shade and lays down. Or if the pool's out there, he jumps in the pool. You're going to see a lot of pool time.
I don't know who likes the pool when the pool's open, him or me.
Lemmy is in the pool more than anybody in this house. And on these hot days, he'll go out there and he'll jump in the pool, swim around a little bit, and then back to ball throwing. Just to cool down.
His legs are so cute when he kind of kicks him out so that he can get deeper.
It's funny.
So cute.
It's like he's just small enough where he would probably go under, but he wants to lay down. And he doesn't have the confidence in himself that he can lay fully down, so he doesn't do that. But he needs to jump up on that one ledge. Long story, but he will play like you wouldn't believe. He will never stop. He is so determined. He loves fetch. In another life, he must have been a retriever or a golden retriever or something like that. He is a corgi poo, but he is a master of the retrieving game. And I have had the ball go over many a times, and it absolutely drives me absolutely insane because we have two neighbors to the side, and every once in a while a ball go over. Do you think they ever throw the ball back? I get it. Like, I'm not going to go knock on their door and say, my ball's in the backyard. We have about 50 tennis balls in the back room for this, or in the backyard for this very reason. But you think they would see this when they're mowing or they're back there like, oh, there's Kyle's ball. I'm just going to throw it back over. They never return it. They never return it.
We always do.
But yes, then the other day, the neighbors had a big party last weekend and the dog Frisbee was in our yard. What did I do? I went out there. I threw it back over their fence because it was theirs. I didn't say, well, we got a magical dog Frisbee. It's ours.
Have we ever thrown a Frisbee to Lemmy? We need to do that. Gizmo used to like a Frisbee.
So I had a Chihuahua. There's something weird about it. I had a Chihuahua, long-haired Chihuahua. He loved Frisbee. He was amazing with the Frisbee.
He was so smart.
He was the smartest dog ever. He loved to play Frisbee. He didn't like to, he chased balls a little bit, but he was a Frisbee dog. Where Lemmy, I think, is more, Lemmy will chase a Frisbee. I've thrown one. He follows it and chases it and just lets it land. And then doesn't do anything. He is all about the balls. A lot like you.
He's picky about the balls, too.
He just like you. So you and Lemmy got a lot in common there, of course. But he will. He is very picky about his ball. Like yesterday, we threw it, and somehow he lost it. And there was another ball, and there was two more balls right there. He kept passing them over. He'd run to him. He'd see him and say, nope, this isn't the one. And then he finds his ball he wants.
He doesn't like the two-tone ones. He likes those pure, bright yellow ones.
But some days he'll do the other ones. It just kind of depends on the day. But he is very adamant about his ball selection. Once again, much like you. Much like you. You got to be gentle with him, right, Angie?
It's because we took his balls.
I guess so. And you took mine. They're in your purse. Something like that. But Lemmy does get mad. And when it bounces over, he sees it. And he looks around and goes all over. And then runs up and down the fence. And it's like he thinks he missed something. And then he'll come and look. And
Kyle loves throwing it on the roof, too. So every once in a while, the gutter gets some.
I do love the extra fun of throwing it up on the roof and then it bounces or rolls off and then he'll catch it. And Lemmy likes to leap high in the air. He's not getting the ups he used to get, but he's still getting up there. But yeah, he loves it. That's one of my favorite parts of the summertime, sitting on the deck and just trying to decompress with some sun. Not too much sun. I don't need cancer again, Angie. And that's what Angie's got to watch out for, cancer. That's what you got to, because you're going to be the next one on the podcast talking about cancer diagnosis, of course. Yeah, and who knows? We need
that olive skin, though.
I don't know. Yeah, because a lot of people do think you're from Spain or Mexico or Ibiza or something. They always think you're not from around these parts. Oh, here's another one from Tim Merritt. Is there any competition in the household of who has the better looking hair?
Kyle always brings it up.
I bring it up all the time.
I have the longest, most luscious locks in the family. Tells the kids.
Our oldest daughter, Elle, just got her hair cut like a bob or something, right? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
So I definitely have longer hair than her. And do I have longer hair than Emma?
No, you don't have longer hair than either of us.
What? Are you joking? We're all shaped differently. We're all shaped differently. You got...
Emma has the thickest hair by a long shot.
Emma's hair is like a mop. It's unbelievable.
It's like double my thickness.
It is amazing. I've never seen hair so thick in my life. It is really, I look at that, I'm like, gosh, I don't know how she does that. Thing is like, it reminds me of a mop.
Heavy.
It's so heavy.
When I braid it, I'm like, dang.
Yeah, it is heavy. And then speaking of heavies, but Angie, you do got me beating the hair, I guess. I guess I'll concede victory to you.
I think mine's the longest. Emma's is the thickest.
Mine's the prettiest. Yeah, of course. I do the curls for the girls.
Me and Elle we dye our hair and you guys have all natural.
For now.
I put a little tint in mine.
So yeah, I don't know, not too much of competition. I don't care. Some people have asked in the past about shampoo. I could care less on shampoo. Whatever I use is what I use. I don't care.
What do we use?
I don't know,
Dove?
Costco stuff. Something from Costco right
I
now.
think we use Dove Intensive Care or whatever, Intensive Repair or something.
Uh-oh.
It's a good one.
Angie, we got one question left.
Oh gosh, you better hurry up. We're gonna run out of memory.
Uh-oh. We got to put those away. Angie, this comes from...
Why are you trying to hide it? You're like Elle when she's on her phone by me.
This comes from Bill. Angie, will you remove your top?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
You sure? We'll put the bars over it. YouTube won't let it be on there. No? Okay. Well, that wasn't a real question. I was just trying to trick you. Trick to see how... get a couple of drinks in her, though, and watch out, boys. Watch out. It's a good thing you're not going to San Diego Comic-Con this year. I could just see Angie at an after party. It would just get wild. It'd get wild. You know, it'd be... Who knows? But Retro Charge is the final question here. And then, Angie, you got to pick your winner for CM Punk after this. My question would be, how many YouTube videos do you record in a day? Bonus question, will we ever see a Kyle Peterson toy hunt in a Smith's UK store? I would love to go to the UK. I would love to go for many different reasons. I would love to. Some con needs to bring me over there. Bring Angie and I over. We'll come over for a comic convention or something. But I would love to go to a Smith's store and just check it out. I would love to go to Wrestle Shop UK over there. Give me all the highlights. I'll do the bridge tour. I'll go see the Monarchy and all that kind of fun stuff. I would love to go to Liverpool and see all the Beatles sites. I would love to see just all that stuff. I feel like a kinship over there in the UK. I would love to go over there. And you would go?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So yeah, maybe someday. I doubt it, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. But how many YouTube videos do you record in a day? I tell you what.
You don't want to know.
Not every day. I don't record every single day, but lately I've been at night trying to sneak one or two in if I can, depending.
Edit.
And a lot of it.
Edit every night.
Every night. I try to do 4 to 5 edit videos, and it's getting tiring. Last night, I fell asleep about 1:30 in the morning on the couch editing Steiner Brothers video. Riveting. But my hours are creeping in on me. I don't know if I can keep up the pace. I've been doing 4 videos a day for 4+ years now, and I just think the pace might be coming to an end. I hope not, but it might be. The walls are closing in. There's only so many hours. That's the problem. And I got a lot of stuff to do that I'm not getting after, Angie, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Angie needs like 2 or 3 times a day. I just can't. I just don't have that much time available, but I'm going to try. I'm getting older. But I do a lot on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday afternoons, I usually try to get done with work about 3 o'clock or so. I film weekly purchases. I film the toy news. I usually film 1 or 2 more videos after that. Saturdays, I get up. I work my day job for a couple hours at the computer, trying to keep ahead of some stuff. I do a little bit of editing, and then I try to knock out about 10 videos on Saturday. I rinse and repeat on Sunday. Try to do 10 videos that day. And then I'll do, the figure hunt is just kind of a natural one as you go through stores for the week. The podcast we film on Thursdays usually, Angie. So we film that Thursdays. And then I'll try to sneak 1 or 2, depending if I'm here, depending what's going on, depending on time crunches.
Random things that show up.
It's just, it's a lot. But I probably film 30 videos a week, all in all, is probably what I do. So hopefully you guys appreciate it.
That's great.
I know Angie does. I know Angie really appreciates it, but it is what it is. There's a lot going on. A lot going on, just like in this video here today. And I tell you what, I didn't realize how uncomfy this seat was, Angie, until today. I think we might have to get Angie an upgraded seat because my back, it hurts on this one here.
And it's so low.
It is so low, and Angie likes to get low. Of course, it's perfect for you. But Angie, now is the time. Do you remember the question that won your heart?
We got to give it to the Firehouse guy.
There you go. So I think that
was
Daniel Boswell. There you go. So Daniel, I'll reach out to you. I'm going to send you this CM Punk as a thank you for putting your question over the Patreon. Now, there was people that submitted questions, but they didn't follow the rule. I said you had to go to Patreon, and you could be a free member of the Patreon if you want to. You don't have to be a paid one. And I said anybody that puts a question over there, that's what we're going to go off of here today. So that's what we did. Daniel followed the rules there, and find a lot more of Angie over there on Patreon as well. You can see the Too Hot for YouTube one from April, the Q&A, Angie, where Angie answers a lot of crazy stuff over there. I don't think everybody keeps saying, I still get messages at least once a week saying, when is that going on traditional YouTube? And I said, never. Possibly when I quit the channel, though, maybe down the line, it'll just be because there's tons of Patreon exclusive videos. There's food reviews, pizza reviews, monthly Q&As, giveaway videos. There's probably 200 plus videos, plus about 100 Classic Superstars videos over there right now that nobody's seen. But the minute I quit YouTube and stuff, I'll say, okay, I'm just going to put these to auto load every single day for like a year after I'm done. So you might see it one of those days, but I'll be long gone by that time. So we'll see what happens. But there is a special Q&A video here, Angie. We appreciate you making time out of your pool time here. I know a lot of the guys here, maybe some of the gals shout it out if you want. Really enjoyed you coming here from the pool here today. I know I did. I know. I'm going to go sit on the deck while you're swimming and gallivanting in the pool. maybe we'll film some B-roll here for you.
You can rate my handstands.
You can rate your handstands in the pool. Angie's going to walk in the backyard on her hands. It's going to be crazy. I better clean up the dog poop first. You don't want any dog poop in the hands. But
Ew.
It's a wild time. But Angie, I appreciate being here. Of course, as usual, folks, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Patreon YouTube channel memberships as well. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. That's your best chance to get a hold of Angie. She's not much for social media, but if you want to send something to Angie, the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com.
Kyle will
she
show
can
it to
find
me.
you. I'll show it to you and you'll get to it. It is your birthday here, Angie. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
22 again. I can't believe it. But it is Angie's birthday, so shout out to her for that as well.
I'm forever 21.
Forever 21. Forever. But also check out our podcast. If you want more Angie each and every week, The Kyle Peterson Show, wherever podcasts are found. Of course, video cast every Tuesday or earlier for Patreon members over there on YouTube. So there it is, another Q&A, Angie.
I got a pup here.
Uh-oh. You got a puppy. There's.
Oh my gosh, you're 100 pounds.
He's the big guy. He's going to knock that top off on you.
So big.
So there it is, Angie, for another Q&A. You got anything you say? You want to leave anybody with any words of wisdom from Angie on the way out?
You probably can't even hear me. No.
Nothing. She's got nothing.
Love ya.
Love ya. Nice. All right. Till next time. See you later. Goodbye.
We're gonna dance over